What's up, guys? It's me, Senpapi Rick. Today is episode 3 of Senpapi's Classroom. Typically, on my podcast, I would like to hit some hard hitting questions, things about, crap that's going on with your life, where I can help you guys build on, either give you my standpoint, help you grow as a person, help you grow as a business owner, help you grow as a YouTuber, help you grow as a streamer, help you grow as just a individual in a sense. That's the idealistic goal of this podcast right now. Since it's still starting up, I'm still gonna get a whole bunch of just typical questions about me, just so you guys can get to know me. Once we get the ball rolling, once I actually get myself a good schedule, probably every 2 weeks for podcasts, we can start then hitting the hard hitting questions that I want to get into, like things like depression, things about religion, things about sexualities, things about just spiritualities. It's just all those kind of things that are just in depth that we could talk about for hours and hours and hours. That's my goal that I want to get this podcast to be at. Right now, like I said, is more of y'all getting to know me. First two podcasts were basically more introductions about me as an individual. This podcast is going to be more of, just stupid questions people in my Discord just ask me. Just make this more of the comedic podcast of the week or of the month, because I suck at scheduling podcasts. Since y'all know the ideals of the future of this podcast, hopefully you guys stick around. Without further ado, first question: if you could pick your favorite anime, what would it be? My favorite anime is stuck between Death Note, Dragon Ball, and Sword Art Online. With the technology we have now in our real life with our own VRs, I can envision in our near future of getting something like Sword Art Online. That is why I like the anime a lot. Death Note is something that I just grew up with. I at one point wanted to become a detective. I talked about this in previous podcasts, that my main pursuit of career goal was to be a CSI agent. Unfortunately, I just had to reevaluate my career choices because of just how America is at the moment with all the systematic racism. And at this point, it's more like my own protection. I know I wouldn't be corruptible or have someone able to corrupt my thinking of race or whatever the case may be. It's just for the simple fact how right now it's a war against the citizens, against the government, and I just don't want to be caught in that crossfire. Even though yes, CSI is different cops, but a badge is a badge to some people, and I'd rather do something that I know I'm safe and able to do, freely, with freedom of creativity. And YouTubing has so far been the all-time best job I have ever had in my whole entire life. But yeah, that's the reason why I like Death Note. And then Dragon Ball, I just grew up with that. Like come on. I watched Dragon Ball, I watched Z, and I watched Super. And GT I never got into. If I should get into GT, let me know in the comments. Say, yo, GT is good. Watch it, and I'll probably will watch it, because I'm just looking for an excuse to watch it. So if I see watch it, I'm gonna go watch it. Any old anime you think should get rebooted, like updating the art style and re-releasing? Like the anime I mentioned before, Death Note. Death Note didn't end it properly because the company, lost money. They had to close down due to whatever, I think because of funding or whatever the case may be. In the manga, they had the Death Eraser, which can reverse, the deaths from the book. I think that'd be kind of cool to see that in an anime style instead of a manga style. So I would like to see a re-release of Death Note with a better looking Ryuk, more of a modernized art style, more freedom of creativity, more darker. So Death Note would be an amazing old anime that I would like to see get a re-release. Thoughts on Boku no Pico? I got tricked into watching Boku no Pico by my friend and by my cousin. So my thoughts was traumatizing. Ice cubes. Yes. Thank you, homie. I guess. Who was and is your celebrity crush? I have two major crushes for celebrities. One is Jessica Alba. Other one is Christina Milian. Reason why of Jessica Alba is because of Fantastic Four. Reason why for Christina Milian is because my girlfriend resembles Christina Milian a lot. Like a lot. And the way they smile, with their, their kind of like small shaped head, is just, and also the same skin tone. So because of my girlfriend, I love Christina Milian, especially in Smallville when she made that special appearance towards the end of the season. I think at 9 or 10 or whatever the case may be. Anyway, first time high. My first time I got high, I went. So there's a police station by my old high school, and next to the police station is a cemetery. So me and a group of my friends were walking down because from our high school to the right side past the police station is a McDonald's. The McDonald's was always our hangout spot, and I had a friend that was obviously, part of a lifestyle. So I joined them in their expedition, and we went through the back side of the cemetery to the front side, because that's where like I said, that's where the precinct is at. We entered the back side of the cemetery. We got in through one of the bent gates. We went to one of the mausoleum looking things, and we just sat down and just lit one up. Gave it a couple puffs, got high for the very first time, and it felt weird. But I persisted a little bit more in high school because, high school is high school, and I want to be cool. Don't do what I did. First time drunk. I think I was like either 8 or 10. Because my grandparents, before they moved to Florida, they had a nice house, in a city neighboring mine, and they had a basement, and their basement was basically was a party room of the house. They had it tricked out with a bar, they had it tricked out with a pool table, they had it tricked out with stereos and surround sound, they had it tricked out with, a whole bunch of chairs and seats and benches. It was a nice, little family house basement size. And they had a nice sizable backyard. And whenever, we threw parties, my family is known for parties. I'm from a Latin descent. I'm Puerto Rican, to be more specific. We party every weekend. If we had the chance, we party every weekend. And especially when I was a kid, when people were more free and more, closer, every single weekend from Friday night into Sunday morning, we used to party. Physically every weekend. So there's days where they'll set the tables outside in the backyard, and the adults will play, dominoes. My grandfather had 4 sets of tables. So since a lot of my family stood together, and a lot of my family, they're pretty big because my great grandmother had 16 kids, and like I said, I mentioned in a previous podcast, those 16 kids, but I think 14 out of the 16 had 2 to 4 kids each, and those 2 to 4, about 80% of them had additional 2 to 4, which is my generation of kids. So I basically have like 50 plus cousins. So, since we had a sizable backyard and we had a sizable family, 90% of the adults were in the backyard, playing dominoes, drinking, having fun, dancing, singing. La-di-da-di-da. Me, my sister, and my best friend that I grew up with. My mom and my best friend's mom grew up with each other since they were like 20 years old. So, that best friend of mine is basically like my sister. We snuck in back in the house. We snuck into the basement, and we got into the bar area, and we drank, and we got home drunk. My mom thought I was just sick from the food, but I was drunk. So that was my first time being drunk. Any stories about getting drunk or high with the boys? Oh my god. So Vermont High School was previously at about a 15-minute walk, basically north side was a gazebo, and that would be our little sanctioned area where we were to smoke at. And there was a day where I took a puff, and for some reason the puff got stuck in my lungs and I couldn't exhale. I tried my best to, pound my chest to let the air out, but it got stuck. So for a solid 30 seconds, I had a cloud side puff inside of me. And the moment I managed to actually exhale and release that cloud out of me, I basically almost like blacked out. So where my school is at, like I said, to the north side, if you go straight down, there's a gazebo. On the east side, about 20 minutes down, is a McDonald's. Walking distance wise. It's not like driving wise, whatever. So meaning from the gazebo to the McDonald's is a good probably 35-ish minutes walk away. I blocked out so badly from that in the inhaling that all I remember was me exhaling out that smoke and then me sitting in the bench in McDonald's. So basically 35 minutes of my life was completely gone. I had no idea how I ended up in that McDonald's. So that's one story about me getting high with my boys. Who has had the biggest impact on your life? Biggest impact? I would have to say it's between my aunt, who passed when I was about 14, and my uncle, he's still alive to this day. He's my mom's younger brother. My aunt basically was like my second mom growing up. She was always the neutral one in the family. Like I said, she was one of 16 kids. So there was times where her brothers and sisters were to fight, and she was always the Switzerland of the brothers and sisters. She used to call one brother, say that she's not feeling well, that she wants him to come over, and then she'll call the other brother and say, "Oh, I'm not feeling well, can you come over?" They both come over, and then you know what? Sit down and talk it out right now. Because your brothers, y'all need to stop being like little bitches. And I love that about her. She didn't care what the issue was. She didn't care how many years the person didn't talk to each other. She would make them see each other and make them basically square it out. And that's something I idolize that about her. So like I said, that was one person that I looked up to. She has a humongous impact on me. I grew up without really much of a father figure. So my uncle was a person that taught me how to shave, how to dress properly, how to match, how to talk to people, my sarcasm. The dark humor came from my father. But I made a combination of my dad's dark humor with my uncle's sarcasm, which made me a deadly force to reckon with. But yeah, my uncle and my aunt was definitely a big influence in my life when it comes to like impactful, when it comes to being like wholesome and all that kind of stuff, and as well as my humor. So if I get like dark randomly, just blame my dad and my uncle, because anyway. What's a super niche pet peeve you have? I hate when people like repeat something. Like something that I know that I am going to do and they repeat it. Like, for like small example, me as a kid. Hey, can you do your homework? I got you. I'm in the middle of something. When I'm done, I'll get into it. Okay. A minute later. Hey, do your homework. Okay, I will, but once I'm doing something, I'm like in the middle of something, I can't stop. Okay. A minute later. Can you do your homework? So basically getting asked repeatedly of the same thing is a way to bother me the most. And that's my pet peeve. So I hate getting ordered to do something repeatedly without, just that. That's just tosses my salad. I mean, no, wait. That makes my cookie crumble? Wait, what's that expression? Grind, there you go. That grinds my gears. There you go. I don't know why I fucking said toss my salad. You like your girls with a bush, shaved, or landing stripped? Random question, but I prefer shaved. More, better on friction. Which, if it's a bush, then I might cause a wildfire. Landing strip, then I don't want, like, I mean, might have the twin tower that, but yeah, shave is better. I prefer shave. Waxed. I guess, sure. I guess I like to. I don't know what you mean by wax, dubs, but would I try waxing? Possibly for my eyebrows. Possibly for, I don't know, for my cheeks, since obviously I grow cheek hair because I'm a guy. So I'll probably do waxing for my eyebrows and for my cheeks when I grow out my beard a little higher than I want to. But yeah, I'll say yes to wax. Would you wax your ass? No, because I will pray for that person, that whoever waxes me, because goddamn, I have an Amazon forest, and whoever decides they need whatever it is, the charge rate, I would definitely double it, because God bless their America. Would you try acupuncture? Spanish accents come out of nowhere. But yeah, I guess it helps you with your skin. It makes you less wrinkles. It makes you look younger. Even though Latin cultures are known for looking younger than they are. Both my parents look really good for being above 50. So I don't know. If I start looking like I'm aging more than I usually do, then I'll probably look at acupuncture. Have you waxed your ass? No, because that person will not be alive, and I will have to cough up my whole entire bank account for those who have to wax my ass. What's your feeling on witches? I don't really mind it, as long as you're not fucking doing any brujeria at me. I don't care. Don't curse me. Be a bruja somewhere else. And for those who are not Spanish, bruja means witch in Spanish. What do you use on your beard? Do you actually use sponsored products or just for the clips? Well, the only sponsor I have is with the FNX Fitness, which is just fitness stuff. I don't have a beard sponsorship. I mean, I wish I have a beard sponsorship, because I use Can You Handlebar for everything. I use Can You Handlebar brush. I have a Can You Handlebar comb. I have 5 different types of oils for Can You Handlebar. I have a Can You Handlebar balm. And I think they also have shampoo that I bought from Can You Handlebar. So, Can You Handlebar, if you're listening to this, sponsor your boy, because I'll be using all your products for everything. And I will definitely plug your thing everywhere. Everywhere. So, Can You Handlebar, can you handle your boy a contract to be a sponsor? How about traditional voodoo? Not the voodoo doll, stab, whatever. Like I said, my grandfather was into voodoo. He's Cuban. So a lot of people in Cuban, culture are really religious, and they do practice witchcraft in a more enlightening, more good sense, instead of the people usually think it's usually, bad magic or black magic. My grandfather, I think growing up, he was a priest. So he practices good voodoo to help bless houses that he feels that are gathering bad energy. So good voodoo is fine by me. If money suddenly wasn't a problem, would you keep being a content creator? Yes. Doesn't matter if I'm a trillionaire. It doesn't matter if I'm the richest person in the world. This is something I enjoy doing, and I would never stop doing it until I get bored of it, and then I move on to something else that's interesting to me. So yeah, doesn't matter. Like I said, I'm not in YouTubing for money, so money is not my influence for YouTubing and just streaming and Discording and Twittering and Instagramming and podcasting and what else do I have? Whatever, everything. Money isn't not my motivation. It's just a bonus. If you suddenly got $6 million, what would you spend it on? A house, a Camaro, a way better setup than I have now, and rest for donation and stocks. Because I'm a simple man. I don't need anything over the top. Just more top of the line equipment, more, a nice decent house, probably a $200,000 to a $300,000 house. A nice Camaro, and that's it. And the rest will go to charity and stocks. How long your schlong? Enough. Do you ever think you would join or make your own crew? Definitely. I have friends that I'm trying to influence into making their own YouTube account, and as well getting some equipment. 2 of my friends are already getting their hands on some stuff, and one of my friends that I play on my Dead by Daylight. Right now he only plays on his Xbox, but I already convinced him into getting a PC soon. So once he gets that PC, he's definitely be part of my team. I still have a whole bunch of other friends that I'm trying to influence into getting their own setup so we can all play together as a group. So my own crew will happen, and then I'll also join crews just to make content as well. I want to get myself to be more like like a Omrecker, like a Cryos, like a Smitty. Who else plays with random people? Cartoons. Those people are not limited to just them and one particular group. Omrecker will play with Chill Chaos and his Derp Squad. He would then play with Misfits, and then he will play with the Van Oz crew. Like he never limits himself with one group, and that's something I want to do. So same thing as Spoonerism. He plays with the Goons. He plays with the Creatures. He plays the Creatures no longer exist, but you gotta get my point. I'd rather be my own person, but at the same time be able to play with anybody at any given time. Favorite type of tree? I fuck with bamboo, and I also fuck with cherry blossom trees. I love cherry blossoms. That's one reason why I want to go to Japan. Like the area I live in, New Jersey, we have a cherry blossom park nearby, and every single time it's April and May, and when they start blossoming, I go over there just to drive by and look at in amazement. I'm like, wow, it's cherry blossoms. I like that. So yeah, cherry blossoms and bamboos are my favorite type of trees. I'm not sure if bamboos count as a tree, but I know they get big enough to be like tree size. If not, palm trees, because I'm Caribbean. Oh, good question, depressed baby. Have you ever had a good experience? No. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with being whatever you want to be. Nothing wrong with being your true self. I just am a person that will forever be in a straight line. But I never had a gay experience. I have friends who are gay, who has hit on me. Person of my high school, obviously I'm not gonna say no names. He was a grade above me. He was, obviously, into men. We had a couple classes together. I was always nice to him whenever he needed help with some homework. I got him, I was always there for him. And I remember there's a time where, this is how old I am. Back when we had Kick, there was a time period on Kick, he messaged me privately. He told me, yo, I gotta tell you something. Just let me know what your response, and I respect from the point on. Okay, go right ahead. I'm gonna shoot your answer. Shoot your question. He told me he liked me. Okay. And he told me that how do I feel? And I responded back to him stating, I respect you. You're a great friend. You're amazing individual. You're you're funny. You're amazing. You're you're just a ball of just enjoyment as a human being from outside and inside when it comes to your heart, personality, and just spirit wise. But I told him I have a girlfriend. I am, just strictly just straight. I have no curve anywhere in my existence. I completely appreciate you telling me your true feelings. This would never impact how I feel about you and how I see you as an individual. It doesn't matter how much you just told. It doesn't matter that the fact you told me how you feel. It is not going to affect our friendship. Tomorrow, I'm going to treat you the same exact way how I treated you yesterday and today. So I told him just as is, and we moved on. Now he's happy with, I think he's happy with some other guy, and we moved on. And I was still friends with him throughout the remainder of my school years there. And obviously he graduated before me, but we still follow each other on social medias because that's the closest I ever had with the experience. Since, like I said, I don't pursue and I don't have any feelings towards that group. Not to sound like in a bad way. It's just females are the only thing that I'm interested in, and only females. Next question: have you ever done any form of drugs, recreational or illicit? Only Mary Jane. Only thing that entered my body was Mary Jane. When was the last time you ate Jello? Holy crap, Jello. I'll say about 4 years ago. My friend goes to a university. Yeah, my friend goes to the university that I always wanted to go to. And she got permission from the vice president to allow others from, outdoor colleges to come in just to visit on campus. At the time, I think I was like 17. Oh, no. At the time, I was 18. And we got together at one of the parks inside the campus, because the campus was fucking humongous. We got together, and one of my friends brought a watermelon. The thing is, that watermelon was not a watermelon. That watermelon was a watermelon filled with Jello, infused with alcohol. So on the outside, it looked like it was a completely sealed watermelon, but he kind of like, I forget about how he did it, but he made it look like it was like brand new. We got to the park, he snapped it open, and saw of it also was nothing but Jello. He's like, "You want a Jello shot?" I'm like, "Fuck yes." So yeah, that was the last time I had Jello. What's your dream car? My dream car, honestly, is a Camaro. I'm not really big on Transformers, but that's not the reason why I wanted the Camaro. But at the same time, it is because when I first saw Transformer and seeing the character Bumblebee, he made me laugh to see how just how silly of a character Bumblebee was. I liked him. I liked Bumblebee itself. When he transformed into the Camaro, I'm like, well, that's a badass looking car. That's a dope looking car. So like I said, I love the Camaro due to the appearance. Then, watching the movies and then seeing the type of character, Bumblebee was, and it got me hooked to more the idea of owning myself a Camaro. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of I'm not a big fan of the Transformer movies because the story is mid to me and everything is It's just the character Bumblebee was just funny to me, and then the car just looked beautiful in the movie. So that's why I want a Camaro. The car looks fucking amazing. Do you prefer line paper or printer paper for drawing? I don't draw. I have no talent in drawing, so I will have to say I'm better off using my forehead or my elbows to draw something compared to my hands. So I don't care if you give me line paper, printer paper, a rock, or a cave wall. Everything is not gonna look like nothing. So I'm better off drawing with my forehead. Have you ever gone fishing? Yes, I gone fishing with my father. I gone fishing with my grandfather, and I gone fishing with my girl's grandfather. It's interesting. It's fun. Obviously, need a lot of patience. And I won't like. I think I went fishing with my father. Yeah, my father when I was like younger, and I think it was probably like 14. We used to drink beer together. I was only 14, so I thought it was cool. That was the only reason why I liked fishing, because it was a good excuse for us to drink beer together. But yeah, I gone fishing quite a few times in my life. I probably see myself doing it in the future when I get a little bit older, just to relax, get myself a little cigar, get myself a little bit of a nice beer or a nice wine, a nice pier somewhere, and just fish and just stay there for a couple hours and just relax with some nice music, nice salsa, nice merengue music, and just call it a day. So that might be my future when it comes to retirement. I get like 60 or 70 years old. First ever major accident. When I was 4 years old, I went to a park far from my house. It was still New Jersey, but it was like deep. It was deep somewhere. I don't really remember. No, I was 3. How I remember, I have no idea. But I remember I was in some nice park somewhere in deep Africa, New Jersey, and there was a 16-year-old guy or a 17-year-old guy running from the police on an ATV. Me not knowing what to do, I heard my parents scream. I hear noises. I was 3-year-old, so all this noise is happening at once, especially being a kid of ADHD. You just get like, I guess you get shook of just pure, like, not excitement, but more like anxiety of all these noises happening at once, and I just stood there in fear. Next thing you know, I get hit by an ATV. I don't remember how fast, but I remember I get hit and it completely crushes my knee on my right side. I remember I had a cast for like a good 4 to 6 months. So that was my first major accident. Other than that, I really haven't gotten into any car accidents. Knock on wood, thank God. But yeah, that was the only accident that I could remember. I guess that's considered my first accident. When was the last time you shit your pants? I was saying in high school. You ever trusted a fart and it wasn't a fart? That's what happened to me in high school. Thankfully, that happened to me on gym day. Gym day, since my high school was uniform based, you go from uniform into like a sweatsuit type of thing, like sweatpants, some baggy shirt, just for you to just exercise in it, and when you leave, then you go back into khakis and polo shirt. So like I said, I was in gym. No, yeah, I was in gym. We're all getting changed. How guys are guys. They were just being guys. So I sat in the corner. Since we exercise, taking deep breaths, probably had a lot of air in me, kind of converting to gas, and I trusted it, and it came out not gas. So I waited for everybody to leave. I went to the little shower room area. I just took my underwear off, put my khakis on, and just obviously there's towels there, paper towels and stuff like that. So I wiped and just freeballed the rest of the day. So yeah, that was one time I shit my pants. Have you ever shit your pants? That I just answered the first one, so that goes your 2-in-1 answer for you, homie. Favorite animal. Favorite animal is between a panda or a red panda. There's those two things. There's just 2 animals, or also a wolf. Those are my 3 favorite animals: wolf, red panda, panda. They're just all amazing. They're all amazing creatures. So those are my favorite animals. What's that one random fact that you know for God knows why, even though you never used it? So for those who live in rural areas or go to like areas that have a lot of parks, and when it's summertime and it rains, and you have that nice earthy smell. That smell is called petrichor. Why I know that, I don't know. Have I used it in any life experiences? No. But if you ever want to know the name of that smell, when you smell like rain with earthy combination, whatever, like you guys should know what I'm talking about. When it rains, that damn smell that smells so good, that's called petrichor. Favorite dog breed: husky. Husky forever be my favorite type of dog. I want like I said, I want a freaking husky. I get my own place. Either a husky and Pomeranian or a husky and wolf mix. So Wolfsky or Pomsky. Am I a ass or boob guys? I answered this in one of my previous podcasts, but I'm still gonna answer it because I'm all about ass. I love ass. I won't say I love my ass, but I love ass. So boobs are meant to me. Can't really do much to it. So ass is more fun. So if you got large sum of money, what's the most strange thing you use it on? I think I'll get myself a gold-plated back scratcher and a sex doll. Won't use it. I will just have it just to have it. So a sex doll and a gold-plated back scratcher. Would you want any more piercings? Yes, I do. I would like to have a piercing on the top of my ear. So I don't know the terms for piercing, so you probably can educate me that if you do listen to this, Mick. I want a piercing on my top ear, and then on that, I guess the inner part of your ear. That's like I don't explain it, but the top part of my ear, and then the little part that's close to your eardrum. I want those piercings. Do you want a pet? Yes, I do. I want a husky. Do you have a dunk? Yes, I do. I blame my mother for it. My family on my mother's sides, they're all known for wide hips and big butts. But because I have the same genes, most likely could fit in the same genes as my mother, I have a dunk because of them. What other tats do you want? So other than the Dragon Ball tattoo that I was planning on getting, I wanted to get it was supposed to be like a gash on my right arm. Inside of it is the Puerto Rican flag, and then the blood being spilled from the wound will form into the Cuban flag, or it will bleed in the Cuban flag's color, meaning that it shows that since I'm mostly Puerto Rican and partly Cuban, it will show that inside of me is mostly Puerto Rican, but I still have the blood of a Cuban. That's another tattoo I'm planning on getting on soon as well. What's your first experience with video games? Oh my god. So I don't want you guys to call Dyfus, even though now it's too late. I'm old now. But when I was 4 years old, my dad came home with a PlayStation 1. With that PlayStation 1, he bought me 2 games. He bought me Toy Story Racing, and he bought me Metal Gear Solid 1. I was supposed to go to preschool, but for some reason my school that was next door to me wasn't accepting preschoolers. They had preschool classrooms. That part was very confusing to me. Like they had classrooms for preschools, but they didn't want to accept me. So, I didn't go to preschool. Good for me. I could stay home, whatever. So to keep me entertained, my dad bought me a PS1. So as a 4-year-old, I was going between playing with toys in a cart, racing each other, and then switching to anti-terrorist group trying to prevent world domination from a terrorist group trying to destroy the world at 4 years old. So yeah, those were my first experience with video games. What's your most wholesome experience on YouTube? So far, it's just the recognition of the goons, noticing my existence. That's just like wholesome as hell. Usually people who do compilations, usually people who do stuff like that, they don't really get recognized with their with their work, with their extracurricular activities of them doing compilations. and I kind of expected that from me when I started doing compilations for them. And just for the simple fact that I started seeing my name mentioned, like my physical name mentioned in the video, that caught me off guard. I'm like, oh shit, that's pretty dope. That's pretty awesome. So yeah, that's probably the most wholesome thing I had so far on my YouTube experience. What's one thing you would never tell someone IRL that I'm a YouTuber? It's sometimes kind of awkward trying to explain someone of what you do and how it generates, a livelihood. So when people just ask me, oh, what do you do for a living? I just typically say that I have my own online business, and I remember to keep it moving, because telling people I'm a YouTuber activates, oh, shout me out. Can you help me? I ain't about all that. I mean, I am all about that, helping people, but I'd rather help randoms than to find out fake friends that just be in my bubble just to get free clout. So I'd rather go for people who are in need of help than to just using me to bounce off and then forget about my existence all over again. So yeah, who's your favorite person? Favorite person is between Robin Williams and Will Ferrell. Them two are amazingly funny people that were a big part of my childhood. Do you like indoor plants? Depending on your setup and how you set up your house, can determine a dope ass, in-house plant setup. So like, depending on what you do, if you're more Asian type, you can put like bamboo type of things in your house. If you like some type of ficuses or some foliages, you could dope out your house to the max with some indoor plantings. So I'm all in for in-home plants. What's a hobby you have that not many people know about? I guess, obviously, I talk about my Pokemon cards. I talk about, my game consoles. I do have pins. I was big on collecting. Like I still have a whole bunch of pins that I collected from different Pokemon cards, boxes. I have pins from, Kingdom Hearts, pins from Dragon Ball, pins from, this, company that decided to do like a crossover. Like I have a Squirtle with the outfit of Master Roshi with his sunglasses and cane. I have a Lucario with a Goku outfit powering up an Aura Spear. I have a green Pikachu with a turban and the Pickles outfit. And I also have a regular Pikachu with the power pole on a flying Nimbus. Also, another person made a 8-bit Mew, which I also purchased. So I'm also a big pin collector. Something I really haven't showcased at all. And then working at my previous job at Walmart, sometimes achieving certain goals, they would give you pins. And I also have it lined up next to the pins I have on my little dashboard, I guess you could call it, or board, wooden board, whatever. But yeah, pins is something I also collect that I really didn't introduce much. Did you ever play a sport? Unfortunately not. My parents were very strict. Well, my mom is very strict. So usually after school, she just strictly wanted me either straight home or straight to my aunt's house. I wanted to get into baseball. I love baseball, but unfortunately my mom was just super strict that she never let me play a sport. Laptop or desktop? I honestly prefer desktop because with laptop, you're really like limited what you can do. Yes, it's, you could travel around with it, more portable. But with a desktop, you can have multiple monitors. You can have a dope setup. You can have a dope keyboard, a dope mouse. More powerful a system for better frames, for better. There's a whole bunch of things that are better just with a desktop setup compared to a laptop setup. So I'm 100% desktop. Cats or dogs? I'm 100% dog person. I'm allergic to cats, and cats are assholes. So I would never ever in my life, even if I was not allergic to cats, I would never own a cat because they're assholes. I've seen videos of them fucking up their own owners because they're just fucking assholes. So no, Never getting a cat. Have you ever been stopped by a fan? And if so, what's the funny experience? I have never been stopped by anybody. So I will like to be noticed one day. If it happens, it happens. Because if it doesn't, I really don't mind. But yeah, unfortunately, I have never been stopped by somebody. Weirdest thing a fan has asked you. I really haven't got asked anything weird as of yet, but I've been asked for a person. Yeah, I have asked. Basically, a person DM me and asked me to do a compilation off of their channel. And when I visited their channel just to see what they have, all they had was two videos. One was 4 minutes, the other one was like 30 seconds. It was like weird for me because like, what the fuck can I do with 6 minutes and 30 seconds of footage? So it was like, I messaged the person back. I'm like, I'm sorry, I have to decline because when I do compilation takes 20 plus videos for me to do. All you have is just 2 videos. And the person's like, oh, okay, and then just never messaged me back afterwards. So it was like, okay. But yeah, that was I guess that's the most weirdest experience I had so far. It was just that, which is like, I guess he was just trolling just to, I don't know. But yeah, that was one weird thing I had. Can you let Kaylee do your makeup for a video? She always asks me to do my makeup. When we move in together, I guess, Mick, I guess I'll let her. You got any weird kinks? Nah, not really. I guess, nah, not really, no. What would be the most major deal breaker in your relationship? Lying and cheating. And what I mean by lying is something like going behind your back and doing something detrimental that could affect both parties in a relationship. I'm not talking about secrets like, surprise party, surprise baby shower, or surprise birthday, or surprise gift for Christmas. I ain't talking about that kind of like lying. I'm talking about like detrimental lies. Like, God forbid, one of us get into addiction. It could be anything. It could span from drugs to alcohol to shopping to wasting money to something that could affect the relationship. And not all addictions have to do with drugs. Let's say an addiction starts that could affect the relationship in a negative way, and she approached me, and we make a compromise stating this needs to stop, or this could affect our relationship. If we either continue going behind a person's back and continuing it, then that obviously shows the person doesn't care. Then that will be a place where we have to take a break. And if things does not change, then obviously we can't get back together. So me and her already have a discussion, hence why me and her have been together for 9 years, because we're both not stupid and we're both adults about everything. I would never cheat. She would never cheat. So, but that will be my major deal breaker in a relationship: cheating or lying. Do you have any irrational fears? Bugs. Do you have any rational fear? Bugs that flies. Have you ever sent anyone nudes? Only to my girlfriend. But that was like a couple years back when I was still legal. Just to point that out, I was legal. But those pictures are no longer in history. I took it on her phone, so it was never sent. So it's not in the internet nowhere. So I took it on her phone and we deleted it afterwards. But yeah, so I have no nudes out there in the public, so I'm happy about that. What just doesn't make sense to you? America. The whole entire system of America, from Republican to Democratic to this whole coronavirus to everything. Nothing makes sense to me in this country. That's why I want to leave it. Would you ever buy a water pick? I don't know what the fuck a water pick is. Let me just Google this real quickly. In 1 second. Okay, no. I would not buy a water pick. I spent $14 on a pack of 4 Crest toothbrush. I'm fine with that. I don't need something that's $60 to do something I could do with a $14 pack of 4 toothbrushes. At the end of the day, you have mouthwash, you have flosses. There's other things you could do as well to make your teeth nice and healthy. I ain't spending $60 for a fucking instrument that a cheaper one could do the same results. It's because this has like a spinning brush action. I could spin my brush too, some way, somehow. Like, no. Have you ever turned down a sponsor? I have. It was, I forgot what it was. I think it was like BBC. No, not BBC. It was some type of contract company where they'll help spread my channel to far lengths and help me grow as a person, as an individual, as a channel with more advertisement to other sites, whatever. And they wanted a 20/80 cut. I'm like, no. Right now, I'm trying to build up my own empire and build up my, get my own house. Not house, but get my own apartment. Get myself better equipment. Do giveaways for you guys. I'm trying to fund this Discord server. There's a lot of things I'm trying to do. And, money doesn't grow on trees. And for me just to give 20% of that to a company that already has like millions, possibly. Nah, I'd rather give that 20 towards y'all and charities. So I'll turn that down. Has anyone sent you nudes? Yes. So back in my Walmart days as a manager, I had a cashier. That was, she was, yeah, she was something else. Like, don't get me wrong. Yes, I love my girl. And obviously, as a guy, as a person in a relationship, you're supposed to say your girlfriend is the perfect, idealistic woman you have in your life, and that's your quote-unquote dream girl. Yes, that's something you're supposed to say. But like I said, this is an unfiltered podcast. I'm gonna be honest. Yes, the person you're dating is your ideal person, but that's not your dream girl. But majority of the time, that's not your dream girl. A lot of times, your dream girls have some characteristics your girlfriend does not have. Sometimes your dream girl could be a celebrity. Unless you're dating a celebrity, you're not dating the person of your dreams. That's why you have celebrity crushes. And that's why sometimes you feel attracted to other people, because people you feel attracted to have characteristics the person you're with doesn't have. That does not mean I promote cheating. I'm just saying attraction is not really much cheating unless you pursue it. I will never pursue attraction. I already connected with my negative and positive. I already have my 2 magnets in line with my girlfriend. So I don't need any more attraction. Attraction just would repel at this point. Like I said, I love my girl. I love everything about her. She's my idealistic girl. Well, like I said, I have a dream girl. Something that's not a reality. Something I know I'm not ever gonna get. Until my cashier happened. My cashier, like, let me see. Just to give you guys a heads up. So my dream girl is a Latina with long hair, who is short, colored eyes, and it's thick. Either big boobs, big butt, or both. That's a plus. That's my dream girl. My girl has a majority of that. She's not short. She's she's average size for a female. She's basically almost 5'5". But listen, I would like to have a short girl. My girl only has 3 out of the 5. My girl doesn't have colored eyes. So the characteristic of the girl of my quote unquote dream is colored eyes, long hair, short, Latina, and thick. Either big butt, big boobs. Both will be a plus. My girlfriend has 3 of those 5. She doesn't have colored eyes and she's not short. My girl is basically like 5'5", 5'4". Short to me, that is my quote unquote dream size, is either like 4'11", 5, or whatever the case may be. No more reason why she's my idealistic girl is because of her personality and her heart. That what makes her the most perfect idealistic female in this galaxy, because of her heart and her spirit. Like I said, those 5 attributes is just a physical attraction. Dream girl. So that's for me to clear that part up. But yeah, the cashier that came in my job at Walmart, she was short, Latina, colored eyes, long hair, and short. So I looked at her, I'm like, okay, God, stop. She had a crush on me. She was a flirt with me. And then I would look up to the ceiling and look at God. I'm like, why? You're not tricking me. Satan, not today. Not today, Satan. And so she would flirt. She would, rub my arm and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, girl, if my girl finds out what you're trying to do, we'll both be on CNN and on Fox News and on My 9 News and on Channel 11 News and news all over the world. We'd be on Telemundo too, because we're Spanish. So unless you want to end up on the news, please back away. And she kept on trying to insist. She even had her boyfriend herself, but she just, I guess, seeing how I am as a person, she was kind of attracted to that, and she kind of like kept on flirting, saying certain things, and yada yada yada. And fortunately, she got let go because one of the people who works in HR, it was a guy, and thankfully he got fired. It was very sexist. Every single female that came in that was pretty, he would try to hit on her, and whenever they would deny him, he will either get them fired or get them written up because he couldn't get in their pants. So she got fired for some bullshit. She started sliding my DMs here and there. And I told her, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna respond. I have a girlfriend, and yada yada yada. She made it OnlyFans, and she gave me free samples. What's one usually reasonable thing you would never purchase? A dildo. I wouldn't need it. I have something that could be used in replace of it physically. So I guess a dildo. If someone offered to buy your nudes, will you sell them? Hell to the no. No. I would never curse somebody upon to look at those pictures. Will you ever make an OnlyFans? No. I'm not trying to get people blind. Unless you want to turn to Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles, it's all up to you. But I'm not gonna put that out there so people can turn into Ray Charles. So no nudes ever. Will you do porn? I mean, if YouTube keeps on doing what it's doing, allowing certain people to continue doing certain things that's quote unquote illegal with quote unquote minors, I don't know. If YouTube shuts down and stop paying the bills, I don't know, I might have to censor my face and get fit and do porn. Go from one tube to a different tube. How fast is your internet? I live in New Jersey. New Jersey is known for good internet, so I have 1 gig per second. Do you drink plain milk? No, I don't. I'm not a retard. No, I'm lactose intolerant, so I can't drink milk. I'm lactose. What's your thoughts on oatmeal? I never really had oatmeal. It's just like isn't oatmeal just like blended cereal? So I'm not really big on cereal anyway, so oatmeal is I'll give the oatmeal a pass. I'm not nothing on it. So What's your best part of your birthday? The best part of my birthday is I rekindled with a old friend that I made in the 1st grade, and I drank with him for the first time. I was real close friends with this guy from the first grade all the way to eighth grade, and then I guess we parted ways since we went to different high schools and different colleges. Managed to find him on Instagram, and we just rekindled. Invited him into my house on my birthday, and we drank together. So that was the best part of my birthday, just seeing a friend that I made when I was 6 years old. What's your thoughts on the intelligence of other animals? It's interesting. It's just the thought of how like animals could think and just seeing how they live. It's interesting. Some things they do is fascinating. I was like wolves like howl at the moon. How lions hunt. Just Earth itself is just an interesting subject that I just love exploring. So animals is amazing. If you had a chance to be someone else, would you? Never. If so, no. There's no if so. I will not want to be anybody else. I'm happy. If I was someone else, that means I lost my girlfriend. So no, I will not be nobody else. If you keep YouTube as a job, would you keep the same channel or pursue a different idea for YouTube? I'm always going to be changing ideas. My ideas will never stay the same, because at the end of the day, as an individual, as a person of just curiosity, and I would never settle with being the same thing forever. Like I said, I thought retail was the biggest thing for me, and then I left retail, went to Starbucks, which is a different atmosphere than retail, and then leaving that into a car dealership, and then leaving that into contracting, and then leaving contracting into being a deli worker, and then leaving that and becoming a YouTuber, and then doing YouTubing and then streaming. So I'm never content with just being in one place. I always have to basically try everything, hence why I want to travel. So yes, I'm doing gaming content now. Possibly in the near future, just might be a lot of me just doing vlogs of different countries. That's one goal I have in my life, is to travel the world. So I would never have the same ideals of a channel forever. So if you're down for just seeing new shit every year, and like I said, continue watching me, because next year is not gonna be the same stuff here. I'll definitely have more freedom next year than this year, because I was gonna travel this year, but COVID. So yeah, moving on to the next question. Do you believe other animals are fully conscious in a I think therefore I am sort of way? Of course. They would have not lived in this world for so long if they didn't have their own ways of thinking. They may not have the same, language and thought process as us, since we're more of a, I guess, diverse and bigger race on this planet. I guess we could say more of a higher intelligent race. But that does not mean that they're not intelligent at all. Lions know how to hunt, where to hunt, where not to hunt. Animals know who to mess with, who not to mess with. Bears know where to go to get fish, how to get the fish. And bugs know how to, camouflage themselves as plants, dirt, and other substances like rocks, and to hide from predators. So they have a conscience. Like a fucking butterfly. I think I'm a tree, therefore I am a tree. They expand their wings and they kind of like camouflage themselves as a tree bark. So they think that they're a tree, they look like a tree. Simple. How do you feel about furries? YOLO, you live your life. That's it. At the end of the day, I ain't gonna judge you on what you want to do with your life. If you're Arabic and you want to be a camel furry, go ahead. Just do what you like, do what you want. I ain't gonna judge you. I can't control your life. I don't pay your bills. Why should my opinion matter? I'm not paying your bills. Fuck what I say. Have you ever seen any bands or artists live? Yes, I have. There's a group called We See Undead. They're a very popular reggaeton group on the Latin culture, mostly for the Puerto Rican culture. They've been out since the very late 90s, and they're out to this day. They may not be a group currently together, because We Seen is one person and Yandel is another person. They had a contract with each other to obviously do music with each other. Fortunately, that contract has been terminated, hence why they're doing solo careers. They're still best of friends, and there's times here and there they will do features with each other. Yeah, because I grew up with them. From, like I said, their first songs came out in 1998. I was born in 97. And it's 2020 and they still make music to this day. So I always grew up watching them and hearing them. Their music was always in parties, and because of me growing up as well. So I watched them live, and it was an amazing experience. I may not speak Spanish, I understand majority of it, but I will always enjoy the music 100%. That's just part of my blood. Who would you like to see live? I want to see The Weeknd live, and just for the sake of my girlfriend, I want to see Post Malone live. Do you like stand-up comedy? Yes, I do. I love stand-up comedy. I love watching Cat Williams. I love watching Ari Spears, Kevin Hart, Gabriel Iglesias, George Lopez, old school Eddie Murphy, Tommy Davidson. Those people were like kings of comedy when I was growing up. Like I said, I was always into dark jokes, so those people have very fucked up jokes that I love. You wear robes? Robe pick. I have no robe picks on my phone. Back when I was traveling to Cancun, they did provide us a robe for our stay there. If you want to take it home, it was $50 per robe. I didn't pay for the $50, but I did wear a robe majority of my stay in Cancun. I should buy a robe though. Thank you for the idea. What is something that fascinates you? The sky, stars, planets, galaxies, black holes, universes, different planets out there that provide life. Planets that have been discovered that, it rains glass, rains diamonds. What else? Planets that are 2.5 the size of Earth, but has the same atmosphere and stratosphere as Earth, meaning there's a higher chance that planet supports life. Things like that is just like intriguing to me. Will there be future guests on the channel? Of course. I always will want to work with anybody who is available. If they want to work with me, that's fine. If they don't, that's fine. I will always try to get my own IRL friends to join sessions with me, and if not, either people here from Discord, or if any YouTube friends hit me up to do anything, definitely will reach out and join them. Yeah, there will 100% be future guests in this channel. Give us an academic antidote. School story. School story. Okay, I can tell you how I met one of my friends. So one of my friends I met was in the 9th grade. Like I said, we had the same class. I was known as a kid that would brought cans of Pepsi to school for some weird reason. And this female had the audacity to take my can of Pepsi, pop it open, and start chugging it. So I did the obvious thing to do, and I karate chopped her in the throat. And she spit out all the Pepsi onto her project, which got her mad. And then when I took my can back and started chugging it to finish it, she then clawed my neck from the back of my right ear to the very left side of my Adam's apple. Like, she fucking Wolverine slashed me. And I looked at her in shock. She looked at me in shock. And then from that point on, 10 years later, we were friends. So yeah, that's a school story for you guys. What will compel you to beat the shit out of somebody? Anybody that dares to disrespect either my mom or my girlfriend. If you disrespect or put your hands on my mom, my grandmother, or my girl, just know that Guantanamo Bay will be adding a new member to their list, and your body will be found in all 7 continents of this earth. that would be the only way that would compel me to beat the shit out of somebody. I've never been in a fight in my life. Never in my life been in a fight. I've been in like little, scruffles that really, they're not really deemed as fights. Just like little pushing and just pushing. So just not, it really didn't turn into a fight. So yeah. Those 3 women in my life, if you ever touch them or disrespect them, then yeah, your existence on earth would not last very long. Do you think you can walk in heels? I have them for a 200 plus size man. I have exceptional great balance. So walking in heels would probably be a cakewalk for me. Yeah, cake. What's the stereotype you enforce on you in your life? Well, I always enforce, since I'm Cuban, I love cigars and coffee, which below me, like right by my feet, is my cigar box, and on my table right now is a empty cup of coffee. So yeah. Have you ever been in a situation where you've been stereotyped in a serious way? Unfortunately, yes. I worked in a very white business, which was BMW, and since I was the only Hispanic on that lot and that whole entire building, people thought because I was Hispanic I was ignorant, didn't know much English, and automatically knew Spanish 100%. So people would come in and say, oh, speak your native language. Now I'll tell them, okay, I'm speaking it right now, which is English. And then they'll say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. And it's like, I know what they're trying to mention because I'm Hispanic. They'll think I'm ignorant. And then I would hit them with the fact that, oh yeah, I graduated with a 3.8 in high school. And at that time when I was in college, I'm like, I have a 3.6 GPA in college and taking law. And at the age of 20, I was a manager at a different company, which I left. I don't think they would hire an ignorant person to be a manager for a multi-million-dollar company like Walmart. And they would just sit there like, but it was like, they would just like say certain things. Oh, you don't know really much what you're doing. You should go clean the bathroom since I'm Hispanic. I have had that happen to me. So yeah, I fucking hate sand. Are you team sand or fuck sand? If you're talking about sand from the beach, then like I said, I'm Caribbean. All my island is mostly sand. So I love sand. I love the beach. Cringiest thing you've done. Upload. What's something you cut out a video? Certain curse words, like an English cigarette, and the Papa John word I had to cut out on some videos because, yeah. What's your favorite porn category of porn to watch? Ebony and Latina. It'd be fairly obvious why. But yeah, those are my 2 favorite categories to watch, Latina and Ebony. What's a category you don't understand, don't know why someone will like it? Throw up. Some people I don't know why people like throw up type of categories in porn. Show us something you cut out of video. Everything I cut out is deleted forever, so I don't save my clips. Did you ever play Miniclip, Keezy, Cool Math Games, Conjugate? I played Cool Math Games, like oh my god, and all of middle school. I used to sneak, with the alt tabs, and play some Cool Math games. I used to play the Roblox game, the damn rectangle trying to fit in that square hole. Yeah, that was my game. Yeah, and exactly. What do you have a favorite game? Like I said, the Roblox. What do you call it? It's like damn red rectangle that you have to roll around in order for it to actually fall into the square hole. But yeah, that was my favorite game. You ever play a Santa Kicker? No, I don't know what the hell that is. What's a company you avoid because of their business principles? I mean, there's nothing really in particular that I could think of. Just as long as you don't lie to your consumers. If you lie to your consumers, I'm not gonna, assist you. Inception. What's your favorite color? Blue. Number 2 of 22. Month, July or October. Day of the week, Friday. Season, fall. What calms you down when you're stressed? Music. Music, alcohol, cigars, or alcohol. Or food. Or candy. Yeah. Or video games. What's your favorite song and why isn't it metal? Favorite song has to possibly be stuck between Por mi reggae muero, which is a Spanish song, or Mayor que yo, which is another Spanish song. Why isn't it metal? Because I'm not white. I'm Puerto Rican. I grew up with Puerto Rican music, so that's why it's not metal. Because I'm not from the South or the Midwest. Rock is not really that popular in my area of New Jersey. My area is full of blacks and Latinos, so this whole entire city blasts nothing but hip hop, R&B, trap, or reggaeton. How are you so cute? I don't know. Ask my mom. She's the one who gave birth to me. My dad is ugly, so it's not from him. What's the secret to your handsome beard? Constantly groom, cut, trim your hair regularly, beard oils, beard bombs, drinking plenty of water, and just taking care of it. Condition it. That's my secret to my handsome beard. What was your upbringing like? Horrible, bullied, ignored, outcasted, no friends, bullied, teased. So yeah, my upbringing sucked. That's why I'm so positive on my YouTube, because I don't want people to go through what I went through when I was in like elementary and middle school. So yeah, upbringing was horrible. Do you like Afro Man's music? I have no idea who the hell is Afro Man, so unfortunately no. Oh, not no, but I don't know. There you go. That's what I meant by no. The KNOW one. I don't know. Ears, homie, yes. Opinion on the British Army. I mean, without the British Army, we wouldn't have America of today. But because of the British Army, we have America. So yeah, that's my opinion. My opinion on British Army is America. Why are you so damn sexy? Like I said, ask my mother. She gave birth to me. My dad, don't ask him because y'all say I look like my dad. Like I said, I'm deleting the server. What beard products you use? CanYouHandlebar.com. There's a whole bunch of different beard oils on their site that is all natural, have vitamins, has minerals in it, and it works wonders on your skin and works wonders on your hair growth. So CanYouHandlebar.com. And for the brushes, they use horsehair, which is really really good for your skin. What kind of haircuts do you like? So ever since I was like 15, now I'm 23, I've been getting the same haircut for like the longest. New Jersey's term for haircuts is different than terms you would say to your barber in Texas or to New York or whatever the case may be. Usually when we say I want to tight on the side, that means I want a skin tight. Like I want I want you to cut the hairs and make you feel like I'm touching skin. And I'll tell my barber, tighten the side, basically means skin tight on the side. I tell my barber, give me a 4, which is like I said, numbers are used for the razors or the razors. Give me a 4 on top, and then give me a Brooklyn. Brooklyn makes it basically makes it from whatever your sides are. It will slowly match. It was slowly transition to a 4. So it'd be like a smooth transition to your sides to your top of your head. Make it look nice. So I'll say tight, 4 on top, Brooklyn style. And then I'll tell them, do my beard, shaping my beard, shaping my eyebrows, and so on and so on. Have you ever watched gay porn? No, that never intrigued me, so never watched it. I have people, trolled me and sent me links to it and just immediately backed out. There's no satisfaction or value to me to watching it, so I never watched it. Pancakes or waffles? I go for pancakes. I was broke as a kid. I never had a waffle maker, so I had nothing but pancakes as a kid. So Pancakes. Chocolate, vanilla ice cream. Chocolate, because I love my chocolate girls. Will you do an Among Us session with your followers? Well, if you're in my Discord, that question is answered. I already have a role for Among Us crew members. Can we ever get to see you getting your body hair waxed? I'll probably do a vlog if I ever do body hair waxing. I'll probably do I'll probably do my arms or my legs. So maybe. Who's your favorite porn star? Gondela Skin, Kelsey Monroe, Autumn Fall, Tina Trump. Pornhub or Brazzers? Pornhub, because I don't pay for shit. So Brazzers, you always gotta pay for something or do a subscription. So no Brazzers. Pornhub's free. Plus, if you manage to find websites upon websites, you can actually get some things from Brazzers free. So y'all didn't hear it from me. Who is someone you really would love to collab with? Blarg. Matt is, like I said, to this day, I would love to play a game with Blarg. I don't care what it is. Blarg is the idealistic person I want to play games with. Hentai, yes. Would you love to see a Metal Gear Solid 6? It all depends on who does it. If Konami does a smart thing and releases its possession of Metal Gear and for Silent Hill and give it back to its rightful owner, which is Kojima, I will be happy to see Metal Gear Solid 6. Until then, Survive was the last game. The game did not survive the sales. The game does not survive, its reputation. Konami completely ruined the game. So unless it's Kojima doing a 6, that would be the only time I would love to see a part 6. At the moment, if Konami keeps its stubbornness and selfishness and keeps it to themselves, then no, I'd never want to see a 6 in my life. If you could travel back in time and talk to your previous self, what would you say and why? I will say buy Bitcoins. When I was 17 years old. No, I was 16 years old. I had a finance class. My teacher told us that Bitcoins is the future for currency. That he himself possessed. This is the part that breaks my heart. He possessed 500 coins. 500 fucking coins. And at the time when he bought them, they were $13 each when he bought them. When I was 16, he told us his $13 coins went from 13 to 27. That's how much the value was at that time when I was 16 years old. He told us as a class, guys, I do not care about who your parents, get consent, give me, if y'all want to give me some money, $50, $100, $1,000, whatever y'all want to give me, I promise you, since most of you guys are under the age of 18, you guys won't be able to purchase any Bitcoins. I will create accounts with your name on it. And the moment you turn 18, I will give you guys the accounts 100% free. Like I said, I'm not gonna scam you guys. I'm not gonna take your money, whatever the case may be. I'll give you guys my phone number. I'll give you guys my emails. I'll give you guys my contact. I'll give you guys my address so you guys can feel safe. All that kind of stuff. If you give me money, I would personally buy you coins for you to hold on. And when you turn 18, I will then write a contract stating I'm submitting 4 coins, 2 coins, 1 coin, 10 coins, 1,000 coins, whatever amount of coins they want to give in to the rightful owner of such and such. I had $100. I wanted to give him $100. They were $27 each. $27. Meaning that could have been like 4.5, like basically like 4.5 coins. I don't know, not 4.5 coins. That's like 3.5 coins. I don't know. Yeah, 3.5 coins. Because 27, 25, 50, 75, yada yada yada. So I would have had 3.5 coins of Bitcoins if I would have given that $100. I would have turned that $100 to basically about $35,000 if I would have given him that $100. And I'm mad at that. So if I were to go back in time, I would have told my dumb ass, give him that $100 for him to buy you the coins. And I would not, I'll definitely be here on YouTube, but I will have a better setup and I will not be here where I'm at physically. I probably already have my own place. I probably would have bought more. So yeah, that's one thing I would go back in time to tell my previous selves: buy Bitcoins and buy Amazon, as well as buy Tesla. What would be your Avenger style superpower and why? Extreme speed, extreme, strength, and flight. Always was a Superman fan, and always was a Spider-Man fan. So strength and speed was, I know both of them were good at speed, because I know Spider-Man is fast as fuck, especially swinging and stuff like that. And then flight, I always like flight. So like typically, the other Avengers that have flight, that's just something I've always been interested in. But yeah, either speed, flight, or strength, or all three. That'll be my superpower, because I grew up watching Smallville and I grew up watching Spider-Man from the Tobey Maguire era. Weirdest thing you've done? I don't really know any weird things I've done in my life. I just remain myself and just vibe to myself. Yeah, I don't know any weird things I've done. I guess the closest thing to weird would be like, I always had a fixation on candles. I still do to this day. Now only for the smell and for the just the anesthetics. But as a kid, I used to like dip my finger into the wax and just watch it dry in my fingertips. And then then I'll go to my next finger, dip it in the wax, watch it dry, and then I guess that's the weirdest thing I've done. I wasn't really much of a weird kid. I was just an awkward kid. Most embarrassing thing you've done? I ripped my pants in middle school. Everybody was going up the stairs 2 steps at a time. I thought that was cool. Like, let me be the stupid kid. And like I said, I was just an awkward kid. Let me be the awkward kid, and let me do 3 steps. I tried 3 steps, and my pants were like, no. And when I attempt to go to the 3rd steps, all I heard was a shh. My pants ripped, and I didn't have a sweater or anything, so I had to walk around the school with ripped pants. And I was sent home. So yeah, that was one embarrassing thing. Coolest thing you've done? I would say the coolest thing I ever done was starting YouTube, honestly, and as well as achieving manager at 20 years old. Those 2 things were just amazing things that I've done, and as well as going to Cancun and going to the CN Tower in Canada, the 3rd largest building in basically the world. I think it said at that point. We're just like traveling and seeing these things that I thought I would never do at such a young age. 19 years old, I went to Puerto Rico and Canada. That was just like mind blowing to me. Will you do a West of Loathing run through? I have no idea what West of Loathing is. I'll probably check it out after this podcast just to see what's it about. If it's interesting enough, yeah, most likely I'll probably do it. But I gotta see. I might just stream it, or I might just play it by myself, depending how it looks. Can we get married over Zoom? I mean, we could. Damn Jeffries, if you want to get married over Zoom, that's fine. You just gotta get my girlfriend's approval for it. If she says yes, and that's fine. Do you plan to play any classic games that you love? I already started playing some classic games. Every Sunday will be old school games. So yeah. So if for Alpha 42, for you to answer that question, check out every Sunday at 12 p.m. EST. Will always be a new classic throwback game, either from Nintendo, PS2, PS1, NES, N64, Wii, PS3 sometimes. Even old school, even like old PS4 games, the very first PS4 games are coming out. That will be on my Sunday shows or Sunday episodes. But keep an eye on that. Okay, Alpha. Do you fear that diehard fans of McNasty or the goons gonna hate you for compiling because they think you're monetizing them. At the end of the day, I don't really care, because compilations is hard work, and at the combination of when I first started, I put monetization on them because I was in a very bad financial hole where homelessness was, a thing that could have happened. So, like I said, if people are not paying my bills, I don't give a fuck what they say or what they do or whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, you have to be selfless and selfish at the same time. I gotta make sure I get food in my stomach. I gotta make sure my mom keeps food in her stomach. And I gotta make sure I keep a roof above my head and I keep a roof above my mom's head. If I have to be a quote unquote scumbag, how some people perceive it to be, and monetize quote unquote compilations of quote unquote content that's not mine, which in a sense, yes, but at the same time, I am obeying by, YouTube's terms of service, which is fair use, and it's not really against terms because I'm not solely taking one's channel and using it into a compilation. Compilations I do is a humongous collaborations of Rizzy's videos, Larg, Badu, Soup, McNasty, Ash, Tuxie, Pezzy, Aaron, 407, Panda. So I use all their videos, Smitty, Ryos, Misfits. I'm using multiple magnitudes of different channels to create these compilations. So that's under fair use. If I were to go through all of Matt's videos and just basically do compilations solely from just Matt's videos, he has the rights to completely copyright claim those because all those are his videos 100%. That's how, in a sense, I kind of save myself. But I don't feel right monetizing them because obviously, like I said, it's not my content. Hence why I kind of took a break from it, because like I said, I'd rather focus on my own content. When you're in a spot where physical, livelihood is endangered and you need a way out quickly, then you just bite the bullet and do what you have to do. Simple as that. So I don't care if people hate me for it. It's just, at the end of the day, I know for those who actually care about their parents or care about somebody, I know for a fact if you had the opportunity to do anything for them, I know you would do literally anything for them. And that was my case. Now that you've been able to gain a relatively stable fan base that even volunteer to help you with personal content, how do you feel? Are you happy, surprised, or disappointed? I'm actually I'm happy. People out there who actually want to help me out as an individual, it's a great feeling that people are actually trying to check me out as an individual. So I'm not disappointed at all. I'm not surprised. As a channel grows, it's bound to happen where, if you start doing your own thing, it may not be a whole, army, size that's willing to be by your side, but even if it's a small crowd that wants to support you, it's bound to happen. So I'm definitely happy about that for those who wants to help me out. If you could learn any instrument and you could play it perfectly, what instrument would you play? And if you already play an instrument, what do you play? I play no instruments currently. I would love to play the guitar, and I would love to learn how to play the piano. Those two things are something I've always been fantasized about. I have Guitar Hero. Always used to play it a lot as a kid. My high school had a piano, and I used to just go on it just to hit random keys and learn certain songs. I learned Dearly Beloved, learned Kingdom Hearts. So those are the two things I would like to learn more in depth about: piano and guitar. And okay, a lot of questions, a lot of great questions too. So this is the end of the question part of, I guess, my podcast, since a lot of you guys had great questions this time around, and a lot of them. But one thing I want to point out is that to those, listening to this via Spotify, via YouTube, via background, noise, just to help you guys sleep, study, or Lo-fi too. One question I have for you guys is that I would like to turn this podcast into more of a serious, more of a relating topic, and more of a relating, thing. And I want to take it into more of a deeper level. So this podcast is more questions of just like dumb answers, not dumb answers, nothing's dumb, but more like, comedic answers. Some things were just like very like, straightforward. Some things were just more about, learning more about me as a person. But I would like for you guys to actually I would like for you guys to ask me questions about like more deeper subjects: depression, suicide, religion, faith, spirituality, sexuality, on, just happiness, sadness, excitement, things that typically people like to suppress. I would like to explore that and actually help you guys become a better individual and have more insight in certain things. Yes, this podcast was very, enlightening when it comes to certain topics. I would like to get more into a deeper discussion. And if you don't feel comfortable saying those topics of questions on my public podcast question channel on my Discord, like I said in the beginning of this podcast, I have my Twitter DMs, I have my Instagram DMs, and I have my Discord DMs. Feel free to message me there and I'll answer your questions via podcast while keeping you guys 100,000% anonymous. Won't reveal your name, won't reveal your gender, won't reveal your state, nothing like that. I will just read your question. I will say they, just to keep you anonymous. And then next time I'll explore that, and I'll message you back. Listen, around this time frame, this is when I'll talk about it. I want you to listen to it. Hope this helped you out. That is my goal. So for podcast number 4, let's please try to get more of a personal and deeper, conversation for the podcast. That's my true goal for this classroom, because like I said, this is the classroom. I'm the teacher. I want to teach you guys how to be better mentally, businessly, and just financially, if anything, too. And on that note, this is the ending for part 3 of Senpapi's classroom. Hope you guys enjoyed your stay here for today. Hopefully this, this podcast is relaxing, insightful, funny, all sorts of things for you. So I definitely enjoy, reading your questions. I definitely enjoy, getting into things and into details, and hopefully some things were relatable. If there's any questions I have asked in the podcast which you would like to respond with your own answers to, I want to get to know you guys as well. So let me know some things that I've asked on this podcast that caught your eye that you want to tell me about, and leave it in the description on the YouTube side. For those listening on Anchor or on Spotify, feel free to come into my Discord or come into my Twitter and then just at me some answers of some questions that caught your eyes that you want to tell me about, and I will like it, respond to it, or retweet it, depending on how the response is. If it's respondable, I'll laugh about it. I'll probably initiate a DM, talk about it, just to get to know you guys more and better on a personal level. Feel free to message me after you listen to this on Spotify. And if you want to give me some answers of some questions that I answered that you want to give me your side, don't hesitate. All right. See you guys on the next podcast. Peace.